Good morning. It's Christina Foxwell here on Ignite Television, and I'm really looking forward to sharing a thought with you today. Uh, if you know the work I do, I work in high performance alignment, and I work in how to get people to be better together. Often people ask me, Christina, what do you do? And I go, I help people find their way. I help people see each other. It's easier said than done. And today I wanted to talk about a topic that is really close to my heart, one that creates a lot of dysfunction in relationships, both personal and work, and it's conflict. And I want to share a few things with you. Firstly, it's a confession. I am not great in conflict, truthfully. What I have taught myself in my life is to power through conflict. And what that's done is it's made me, at times when I power through, tough and hard and numb to feeling and compassion for others, because I've got to power through to protect me. And I want to share this with you because I think it's really important. That's how I respond. But I know that a lot of us respond differently. Some of us avoid it. Some of us pretend it's not happening. And I really wanted to chat to you about it today, because the only way to find my better place with others is to go through it. Now, some of you might be shaking your head right now going, Christina, what are you talking about? When I have conflict and it's from a negative place, I want to share a few things with you. This is what negative conflict looks like. I hold my position and I'm unwilling to explore. That's the first thing. So when I hold my position, you've got to hold yours. And so I always imagine in my mind we're in this boxing ring where we actually are taking different sides and holding onto that side without exploration. That's the first thing. The second thing is when I'm gripped with fear, or let me translate fear into another word: frustration, anger, irritation, all those really deep negative emotions. Are they wrong? No. They're there to tell us that we need to go into protection mode. The challenge, though, is that when I bring that into conflict, it armors me up. So what I mean by armor, it separates me with a protection mechanism from you. And when that happens, we no longer have connection. So we can't actually get a better idea about what we're actually talking about. The third one is we get so rigid with our fear that our mind can't find another way through. So I want to share rigidity with you. We talk about psychological flexibility as one of the key components that we need in this day and age. It's a skill that we are hopefully teaching our children. It's a skill that we are hopefully honing in ourselves, and it can only happen through mental fitness practices. And so I wanted to share this with you because as soon as I go rigid in my thinking, how can I be flexible? How can I find my way through? And see, that puts me back into a position where I have to protect who I am, which is the next thing. If I have to protect who I am, then I'm working to protect my worthiness, my vulnerabilities. See, when that kicks in, that's when we will really go into a fight for our lives. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have sat through leadership sessions, or maybe sat through with your partner, or maybe watched people as they go into conflict. And you'll see it's very much about who is right and who is wrong. And as soon as I go into who is right and who is wrong, my defenses are up. I can never see you. See, if it's about what we're actually trying to understand together, and I generally make people that are quite logically thinking uptight when I say this. Is there right and wrong? Or is it my truth and I need to explore your truth so that we can find a common place together that drives us both towards where we want to go? I really needed to speak to you about this today because I think the thing that holds us back from conflict is judgment. Often in a conflict situation, my inner judge or critic will show up, and I visibly judge the person. I might roll my eyes, raise my eyebrows, disconnect emotionally, I'm telling myself in my mind, oh, this is a load of rubbish. And the challenge is I never see what I need to. I was speaking to someone last week, and we were talking about the learning we've got to take from every day. There's a learning every day. And the greatest learning we find is if I can see the world through your eyes and recognize some truths that I can connect to how I see my world so that we can be better. Does that mean you're right, I'm wrong? No, let's stop talking about that. Let's start talking about recognizing we need to find things for what they are, see them for what they are. And we need to reflect together about what they are. And that might mean that we are both going to have to give up some of the fear that's held us locked in place for so long. And we're going to have to give up some of those thoughts we might be having that have kept us small and away from deeper connection with others, so that we can actually be all we are together. It is my absolute passion to help people be better together. And if I've left any thought with you today, maybe I can leave you with a thought that if you are in a wrestle with someone at the moment, what can you learn from the wrestle? What fear can you choose to let go? And what can you accept for what it is? And then as I would close my message today, I have to speak about worthiness. I had an experience a few years ago where I got into a wrestle with someone verbally, and their judge showed up. I had to protect myself. And what I started to do was exchange my good enough measure in the discussion. And it hurt. I remember lying in bed next to my husband, John, sobbing because it felt like my heart was breaking. And I'm not a big softie, but I definitely recognize my emotions. And I tell you, the thing that was a breakthrough for me is my good enough measure is never something I'm going to exchange with anybody else, because it's a work that I do in myself every day. Is that ego? No. It's recognizing that who I am is good enough for love and belonging every day. I'll leave you with that, because if I can start with that, I become the change. This is Christina Foxwell. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend time with you today. I hope you enjoyed the message, and please leave me a note and stay in touch. Take care then. Bye.